Well, welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal trading day once again here. Great moves in the market. Very exciting, to say the least. I'm so glad we did all the classwork last week to prepare you for it right up till Monday of this week, which was the private student family member only group on Monday morning during the market. But last week I did a couple of the public events as well, since it was my last ones before the upcoming Wealth 365 Summit. So really exciting here. A couple things to remind you of. The key area that was resistance, that support 394 down to 390. We pushed through that level, pulled back up to it, went ahead, tried to push back up through that level, came right back down again. So that 390 to 394 level has proven itself to be quite the resistance. I'm also watching the 380 to the downside. And in the meantime, the moves are just incredible and exciting. I was, comparatively speaking, I was barely able to trade today here and still went ahead and had a phenomenal day just because some of the moves were really big and wide and long and deep and everything else. We'll talk about that here right now. So again, I'm watching those key support resistance levels here. And as we push into the trading, I want to remind everybody, I talked with you guys last week. Sure, I talked to you guys about things like the TRP, the ITP, combining that with some of my work, and how we like below the zero line, rolling back over. You guys recall all that. If we got a red dot, a downtrend, that's a fresh short side reentry. But over the years, I've talked to you many times about IRBs and reverse IRBs, right? And I mentioned here in my trainings last week to be on the lookout for those. Well, so, and recall, IRBs are where we get these bars where they open up, they come down real low, suck a lot of people in, then they come back up. It usually stop those people out, especially with the kind of ranges that we're talking about right now. The normal maximum stop loss for the average retail trader is about 3 S&P points, for instance, when we're talking about that. And so it'd come right back up, stop people out, only to have them watch go right back down that way without them. So we talked to you about those strategies where we try to wait till those happen and then enter those trades. Remember, if you're lucky enough to have wealth charts, those are identified for you, as they're happening here. And so then we talked about reverse IRBs. That's a similar thing where it opens up, goes up. So if you're thinking about shorting, nope, you won't want to do that because it's going to go up, and then it comes right back down and goes on without you. Well, so you'll see what happened. This was a reverse inventory retracement bar, and it broke right down below the low there, and so fired off that burnt orange looking dot there right as it was breaking through in real time. And then that led to a nice move to the downside. Putting that in perspective, on a 1 minute chart, that was roughly 75.50 and went down here to the 70 area, so about 5.5 points, so well over $250 per contract. So a lot of movement, just even in little areas like that, right? And then of course there was the bigger ones up above that we taught you from last week as well. So, but this like here was a real live trade that I went ahead and took, during this process here. So we watching for those champion cross over indicators. That's something you can only get in wealth charts there. It's a real important tool there, as you guys have seen. So I like to see it break above that and roll right back over for fresh reentry. So I was focusing on shorting before the IRB and then after the IRB, even right there, right? So a couple of things I just want to remind you and put that back on your plate. If you have wealth charts, you can go right up here into the wealth charts TV inside of wealth charts there and just type in the words IRB and it will take you to a whole bunch of videos that I've done. Now, with that being said, I also during the training there last week talked about the kickoff bars, several smaller bars, and then the big wide range bar. You remember that when we were talking about that swing trade opportunity and how, when you get the big that's where you want to exit those trades because then it can pull back against you. Well, if you look at this went from roughly the 39.27 area to roughly the 39.07. That's 20 S&P point reversal, $1,000 a contract. So there was incredible classic IRB breaks, reverse IRB breaks here. You see the reverse IRB there, classic IRB here. Here's a classic IRB, reverse IRB. So there was lots of reentries on the way up, but then when you get the wide range, Kobo kickoff, and then this is the blow off, that's where we want to exit those trades. Just like I was talking about from a swing trade perspective in last week's public trainings I did for you. Then I just want to remind everybody, go over here Inside of Wealth Charts, you see all the different training. Go down to the Rob Hoffman Trade Like a Pro series that's available for all Wealth Charts members. And if you click in there and then go down to video number 16, you'll see Trading the Kobo, right? And so we have a whole bunch of information there that you can reference for yourself. And of course, you can expand these and everything else. So there it is, talking about that strategy and how to use that. So I just wanted to make sure you guys are using those things, because these are the same things that are happening during the day. Great ways to realize when you should be exiting and stepping away so you're not caught in the pullbacks, you're not giving back the profit opportunities, and also the great ways to look for entries and re-entries, just like I taught you in all the classwork here last week and then into Monday morning here. Okay, so don't forget what we went ahead and talked about there for the key areas on the daily charts. Lots of geopolitical news to make the world go round. That's why I went in and taught you how to use the inverse ETFs there as well, such like the SPXS, SQQQ, and so on and so forth. A lot of great stuff. So again, I'll try to keep you updated in some of these nightly videos here. I'm just going to keep doing my trading in the meantime here. I grossed about $2,200 gross profits there. Past performance not indicative of future results, but as long as I keep sticking for these entries and these re-entries, that's what I'm going to be focusing on. That's what my system says. And as long as I don't deviate from my system and methodology, I'm going to keep working and enjoying, trading actively these markets here. It's been a phenomenal 2022 and now 2023, and so I want to make sure you guys are understanding what we're looking at here. And in the meantime, since I won't have a formal classwork like I was doing for you guys multiple times last week to the general public, the next time to see me there will be at the upcoming Wealth 365 Summit. So make sure you get registered there for that. Go to joinwealth365.com. Joinwealth365.com. Got some big surprises, big training there for you, not just for me personally, but also the summit as a whole. So you can't afford to miss that. You're going to really enjoy that. But also, I'm going to be doing all the special training that I am doing here as well. So I'm looking forward to having you guys here. We'll talk more about these different strategies and my different classwork and everything else. Okay? Have a wonderful rest of your day. Great luck. Happy trading. And just remember, to focus on the strategies the way I shared them, and take notes. And of course, inside of Wealth Charts, don't forget you can practice on the trading simulator. Practice, so you don't ever have to go and risk a dime and try to go and dial these things and get it right for yourself. Okay? Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you at the upcoming Wealth 365 Summit, and we'll see you in upcoming videos here. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.